Hi friends, welcome back to Foster Care Friday. Today I'm going to do a video that's more of just like a life update, what our life has looked like the last week. It's not really foster specific. It's something that really a lot of people are going through right now. So as you can see from the title of the video, my camera's gonna start rocking because I've got a cat walking around my tripod. I'm gonna keep going and we'll just see how this goes. But if you see some rocking, it's because there's a cat walking around down there, rubbing up against it. So anyway, sorry about that. As always, I get distracted and where was I? I don't even know what I was talking about. As you can see from the title of the video, our boys had to get COVID tested this week. Ugh. So I'm gonna get into the story, what happened, why they were tested, what their test results are. Oh, there go my cats again. What their test results are and where we're at today now that it's Friday. So before I get into that, if you're new here, my name is Anna Leonora, and together with my husband, Jason, we are foster parents in real life. And here on my YouTube channel from the Fosters, there's Norman. Say hi. Here on my YouTube channel from the Fosters, we do foster parenting life together and raise awareness for the foster care system. There goes Binks in the background. They're very active today. Yeah, so if you are interested in learning more about foster care, foster parenting, children in foster care, anything to do with foster care, if you're interested in learning more about it, please consider subscribing to my channel down below. Also, if you just want to join my growing family here on YouTube, we've got a nice cyber family being built here. Yeah, so I also do some just like hot mess parenting in general, life in general. Yeah, I'm a hot mess. If you're new here, if you're not new here, you know that. I am a hot mess almost always. I'm going to be unapologetic about it. It just is what it is. And this week has been, whew, like always, we're nuts all the time. So anyway, let's get into what happened. So we have our two foster sons, Casper and Salem. Casper we've had over a year now. Salem we've had a month and a half-ish. So we've had Casper quite a while at this point, but Salem is young, and without getting into specifics, we are not his first foster home. He's been moved around a little bit, but he is pre-adoptive. Nothing's official till it's official in foster care. So, you know, there's never a 100% guarantee that we're going to get to adopt him, but that is the plan, is that we will get to adopt him for now. And, you know, that's the plan, and it's not official until adoption paperwork is signed. But anyway, Salem is pre-adoptive and he's been moved around quite a bit. He hasn't been here all that long. A month and a half is really not a ton of time to get used to a family and a new life. And I don't know why I'm saying all that. Anyway, the daycare has called several times and told us that Salem had diarrhea at school. But whenever we bring him home, he doesn't have diarrhea at home. So I'm not thinking it's a dietary thing. I'm not thinking it's an infectious thing or anything like that. Because if it was any of those things, it would continue at home. And he only gets it at daycare. As soon as he come home, no diarrhea. So we're assuming it's anxiety related. Of course, we don't have proof of that, but on Monday, so he had diarrhea last Friday, and they did not send him home early, but they did call us and notify us that he had diarrhea, and that they said if it had continued, they would have sent him home. Oh, there goes another cat back here, right there. That's Oliver. He's my diabetic cat. They said that if the diarrhea continued, they were going to send him home early. They never called us to pick him up early, so I guess it didn't continue at that time. He had no diarrhea Friday night, no diarrhea over the weekend, so we took him to school along with Casper, no symptoms, Monday morning. Monday, I got an email saying that Salem was having uncontrollable diarrhea and that due to the increased restrictions with COVID, he needed to go home. And because Casper lives in the same house as him, he needed to go home, and they couldn't return until they're cleared by a doctor or have a COVID test that's negative. I understand COVID cases are on the rise right now. We're hitting that kind of second big wave, especially in my county. All the schools are shutting down and going totally virtual again. And I get that COVID cases are on the rise and we have to be very careful. But diarrhea that's not continuing at home and there's literally no other symptoms, and my other child's not showing symptoms, my husband and I have no symptoms. As a nurse, it felt wrong to me to take them in to get them COVID tested. And when I say it felt wrong, I just mean I used to work in the ER, and I know that people come in for things that they really don't need to be in there for. You're wasting people's time, resources, you're clogging up the ERs. Like, it's a waste. And I felt bad taking two perfectly healthy children to an urgent care to get them COVID tested when they're having no symptoms at all, because I'm wasting the urgent care staff's time, my own time, my kids' time, resources, and it felt wrong, and I really didn't like doing it. But in order for my kids to be able to go back to school, and my husband and I work full time, it had to be done. So we went in with two perfectly healthy children. Of course, they passed their physical assessment. Their vitals were fine. Their physical exams were fine. And we did tell the PA that we had seen no diarrhea in Salem at all. Oh, there goes cat again. Very active today. Oh, look at that. There's three of them back there. I don't know if you saw that, because one's right here in front of the TV. I don't know if you can see them. There's three black cats back there. Oh, there he goes. Sorry. I don't know why they're so active. I hope they're not distracting you guys as much as they're distracting me. But anyway. Oh my gosh. I don't want this video to be 100 years long. So anyway, we took them in. We had to keep them home. We had to all quarantine together until the results came back. I felt horrible about it. I was super apologetic to the staff. And I was like, look, this is what I have to do to be able to continue to take my kids to school. And fortunately, the PA was someone I actually used to work with in the ER. So, he understood where I was coming from. But I was very apologetic. I felt so bad about having to do it. So we had to wait more than 2 days. It was like 2.5 days for the results to come back. The boys were out of school for 2.5 days. My husband stayed home and had to lose wages at work to be home and watch the kids so that I could continue to work from home, and it's just impossible for me to do my job with these kids around. So my husband came home and stayed with them. And it was hard. I mean, we had these two young kids who are perfectly healthy, so they feel fine, not understanding why their routine's messed up, not understanding why we can't go out to playgrounds, parks, and do things like that. I mean, we had to stay in our house, and of course it was rainy one of the days, so we couldn't even let them play in our backyard. Like, they got so stir crazy. They started getting on each other's nerves, and it just was not fun. So I really feel for people who are having to quarantine longer than that, because it was hard. Their test results did come back negative, and they did return to school yesterday. So my cats, ladies and gentlemen, ridiculous. Anyway, we did take the time while my husband was home to rearrange some things. I used to have my office here in the living room back behind the couch, and I moved it into one of our fostering rooms. So we have two fostering rooms. One had 2 cribs that convert to toddler beds. The other had a twin bed when it was just Casper. We've now put 2 toddler beds in there, and Casper and Salem share a room. And the baby room that has the cribs, we took one crib apart took it out and moved my office onto that wall because we're just not anticipating getting any more kids anytime soon. So we moved all my office stuff in there so that we could push our couches back, open our living room back up, and we got ourselves a bigger TV, which we are excited about. We have been wanting a new TV. Our TV was like 10 years old, and now we can stream Disney Plus and stuff on it. So we did that, which was good. We did some cleaning of our house, you know, while both my husband and I were home. But it was hard, and I understand that COVID is a big issue, and I would never diminish the experience that people who have COVID have had to go through. They're just like, they don't even care. Like, that's my internet modem and router. Like, I need that to work. Why do I have so many cats? You guys, why? Side note, does anybody want to adopt a cat? I have some cats for adoption. I'm gonna have to end this video. I don't even know where I was, what I was talking about. Oh, I was trying to be sincere. Stop, cats. Give me a second. I'm trying to be sincere. I'm not diminishing the experience anyone has had with COVID. I know that it has been horrific for so many people. And as a healthcare worker who used to work in the emergency department, I can't even begin to imagine. But I do think things have been taken a little too far to make a family who's having no symptoms, no known exposure, take their perfectly healthy children who are having no symptoms to an urgent care, waste health insurance, government money, waste the urgent care staff's time, waste their tests, their resources for perfectly healthy children just seems to be too far and too much to me. I don't disagree that if people are having symptoms, they should be tested. COVID is an upper respiratory infection, and I understand that it can cause diarrhea in people, but I don't, like, if you're not having any upper respiratory symptoms, no cough, no sneezing, no running nose, no fever, no nothing, and the diarrhea is only happening in one location, i.e. daycare, and it's not happening at home, it's not happening while they're out playing, it's not happening at, anywhere. It's not happening anywhere but at the daycare. It just seems a bit much to me. So that's where I'm at. I was very frustrated by it. I understand. I love our daycare. I love our daycare workers very much. And I understand that they're just doing what they have to, given the state policies and regulations, because they are still open and operating during all of this. And I get that. But I think that there are parts of this that have gone a little too far. And forcing healthy people to get tests for what? That's too much to me. And so that's where we are. They tested negative. They're not having any symptoms. None of us are having any symptoms. They are back at school. My husband is back at work, and we're just going to continue on like nothing happened, because technically nothing did for us. But I am glad to report we are all healthy. We are all doing well. The boys' routine got messed up, and that caused some behavioral issues with them. But we're hoping that now that they're back, things will go back to normal and it'll all be good again. But we're healthy. We're hoping to stay that way for Christmas next week. And maybe next week I'll talk about what we're doing in terms of celebrating Christmas with foster children and make it foster specific. This is not foster specific because anyone who has kids right now could be dealing with this. Of course, our kids are too young to do virtual learning, so I'm not having to deal with that with them. But this COVID stuff is just, it's crazy. And I'm glad that there's a vaccine out there. I know there's been a lot of debate about the vaccine, and this is not the forum to talk about that. But if anybody's interested in my opinion, since you guys are my cyber family, I am a registered nurse. I also have worked in the ER, and now I work in pharmaceuticals. I'm not going to say which pharmaceutical company I work for, but I can say that I have seen data, I have sat through presentations, and I am well aware of what's in the vaccine, how the vaccine was made. And this isn't just for one particular company. This is kind of across the board for the various companies that have a product on the market right now, how they were made, how they were developed, what ingredients are in them. And I fully plan 100% to get vaccinated when it's available to me. I will be encouraging every member of my family to do the same. Yeah, I mean, there's so many arguments I could dispel. And, you know, if people are interested in my thoughts on that, just let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on that. But just if you're interested in my thoughts and opinion as someone who works in pharmaceuticals and is a medical professional, I get the fear behind it because it was developed quickly, but I've also seen the data. I know how it was made, the various different ones. I know what the ingredients are. I know how they work in the body. And I know that they don't have any preservatives in them. They don't have anything other than the virus and lipids to help the virus get into your cells. That's it. They don't have egg like the flu vaccine. They don't have animal products, preservatives, things like that in them. So I feel confident in getting one, and I feel confident in allowing or encouraging my family members to do the same. So hopefully now that there's a vaccine out, we'll get people vaccinated and things can kind of start to go back to normal, hopefully in the near future. But yeah, that was our week. It was just a weird week for us. We were all home cramped for days together, and it was tough. So the boys are negative. We are all healthy. We are all good. I hope you all are the same. I'm interested to know what you guys are doing for Christmas. Leave me comments down below. Yeah, sorry this video was all over the place. As always, I mean, I'm just always a mess as it is. Of course, my cats were super distracting, knocking things down and being all over the place. So sorry. I hope you like cats, because if you do, maybe this will be funny to you. Anyway. If you all are interested in seeing more of me, just remember I'm on TikTok. I post on there daily at the gingerwitch13. I'll post it like here or here, maybe. It's always in the description box down below. You can go follow me on TikTok. I post on there daily, whereas YouTube is only once a week. And if you're not already a member of our community, then please subscribe down below, hit your post notification bell so that you won't miss any new videos that I post like this. And yeah, if you're just interested in hot mess parenting or foster parenting, foster care system, any of that, then please join our family. And until next time, you guys, again, I'm a mess. I'm sorry. I love you all. You're the best. Go out, continue to shine your light into the world. Bye.